Hello again YouTube and welcome back to Danganronpa. My name is MSPunk1 and we are still here in the investigating who I'm trying to find out here who murdered Chihiro. Look at that. Yes and no for now. For now, what do we have here since it was I think 2 days ago I played? We have a file, her account, we have that, his account, the card reader, the broken handbook, the file, posters, Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like kind of rope. But it isn't actually a rope at all. Still, that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was a blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right, that's the issue of her being suspended and the fatal blow. At first I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. But seeing them again after looking through the genocide Jack file, something's not quite right. What does this all mean? Let's stop thinking about the rope. What was used to suspend Chihiro? There's a certain place I need to revisit and look over again. Want to look at that case file one more time too. Library. There's a thick layer of dust on top of a desk. Maybe there's some kind of clue here. Guess not. That wasn't coin. But that wasn't really what I was gonna look at. I wanted to look at the lamp, but the lamp won't turn on. Why is it's not plugged in? The lamp's cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet from here. The last time I saw it, it was definitely on, and it was definitely right here. Yeah. Well, what's right? But I can use I was using an extension cord. But there's no extension cord in here now. I wonder if. Yeah, that disappeared somewhere. But let's go look at the file again. I want to take another look at the Genocide Jack's case file. I know it was around here somewhere. It's gone. Does someone take it out of the archive? I'm the only one who would do something like that. Yeah, it's Bekia. And he told me to not so that case file cannot leave this room. And he's taking it away himself. Okay. I think we need to go to the... Where is that? Where is the... storage room or whatever it was called? You are there. You are there. All the way to courtroom. That's the bathhouse, dressing room, laundry, bathrooms, dining hall. Where is the bathhouse? I can go talk to Hina as well. Oh, Hina, how's Toko doing? You left her?
Yeah!
Speaking of which, what are you doing? What are you eating?
Huh?
Of course. Really? Come to think of it, who did she spend time with?
Well...
Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Shihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
Yeah, totally.
Was she just shy? I can see what you mean, but at the same time, maybe if you actually, how should I say this? I don't think that was it, but let's say this: if you were playing for the other team, so to say, well, maybe then you would be a little more shy around the same one. But I don't think that's why. Don't think that's it either. I think so. I never really saw her as that kind of girl. Okay. Let's go. Got one more clue out of her at least. Now, where is the warehouse? I think it must be on the way. Is this it? I find lots of stuff in here. Celeste, what are you doing here? I see. I see. What have you found anything related to the case?
Most unfortunate.
You haven't looked at all, have you? When you did find something.
Actually,
What? Really?
indeed. What are you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Yes, indeed.
Well, didn't you ignore it as well since you were in a warehouse? That's a little harsh, but it's okay. So apparently, she went to a girl's locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. But the strange thing is, there was no trace of a track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Shihiro carrying. Which would mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. Okay, we got her account as well. Oh, it's time.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's the moment you've all been waiting for! The class trial! You remember where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
Begin the class trial, or it's about to begin. The red door. It's right through there. Okay. Well, we're going this way instead. No, we're not. Sadly, we have no choice but to go through here. Hello, everyone.
Yo.
Come on! What are you gonna do?
Okay. And just like you said, a few minutes later, he reappeared dragging Toku behind him. Hello. Well, haven't you realized yet that we don't have any choice but to participate in these trials? Except the dead people, but yeah.
Let's go.
Hero Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm, meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. We have no choice, right? We have to do this.
It's true.
He gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked towards the elevator. Some shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions. Couldn't stop speculating. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation. Until finally, we came to a sudden stop.
Very nice. Well? Thrills, chills, kills!
And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, yada yada. Don't have to read all this. Deadly class trial. Yeah, I can do that. And set skills. Because I got at least one more skill, I think. We have that one. Allow you to reload 2 bullets at once. Effective during a bullet time battle. And that's all. Okay, so we have two abilities or whatever.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial.
So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
First we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. Dumbbell.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting. It certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Poor Chihiro.
I know which one it is, but I missed it. The weapon had to be at the scene of crime. There was something with bloodstain on it. Yeah, and you only have one bullet, so...
It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
No, he's wrong!
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell, found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
And you didn't?
Yay! That's so creepy!
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, fiendish serial killer. You just said that. They really killed Chihiro. A new element has been added to non-stop debates, and this I will probably have to look into. For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. The truth bullets will disappear if he hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press X button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of a white noise, the time limit will decrease, so take careful aim when you have your silencer out. But if your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. I think I have it on gentle, wet or kind. In which case you can forget about silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Okay. The fire.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, apparently don't have it again, or whatever it was.
I
Kind of.
might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now.
You just don't want to talk about it because in that case you probably have to explain why you have it in your own house.
More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
Well, we can go change that to one more moment. Let's just go back to the changing room and switch some things around there.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
We are the characteristic of every Genocide Jack case with which the world at large doesn't know. If I'm not mistaken, the position of the victim.
I got it! Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
You say it as it was, as it is as simple as the sun is yellow, the sky is blue.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
You're right!
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle? Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko but also not be. The answer is that she's not just one person but multiple personality. Well, multiple people, right? Split personality. Schizophrenia. Yeah. And then O. One. Give me another O. Where's a P? Damn it.
Now I understand. Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality? think I read that somewhere in the file, too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
The one thing that shows Toko could have split personality, it has to do with her behavior.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Yeah, and that's why she said that too.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised! I can't believe you lied!
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first.
And that was...
You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone.
Yeah, that was her promise then.
But in spite of that promise...
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
Oh, come on, Byakuya.
That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that. But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it,
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person? You don't mean...
Toko's body suddenly launched backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom. But in the next second...
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
What the heck?
So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's fault.
She's so intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
And never heard of that.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend Genocide Jack. This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid! And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said. Need to get some more details about all this.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
What can it be? I have to just focus on remembering Chihiro's body. That must have the answer. That should prove that what he said isn't quite right.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need?
Give it up. You killed her.
Okay, I think it is what Biafra says.
But I didn't kill anyone!
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
No, that's wrong! Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that, in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
There's one clear difference between the murders. In the photos from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. You can you see a clear difference.
I got it! For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
I have no idea what they're talking about there.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right. The second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. You can see a clear difference. That was used.
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's 2 differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
I'm kind of curious, why is she more or less confessing all her crimes here right now, and exactly how she thinks when she does it?
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Let's see. There was a pattern surrounding the Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it. If you look at the names of every victim, what you notice is
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
all of them are male.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the loopy side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little male, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly? Cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Yeah.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Eh? There is, apparently.
She's fully equipped!
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you, gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot! So rope's totally out of the question anyway!
I have no idea what's going on anymore! Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
But there was one other person that actually knew. Yeah. Actually, hold on, there is one person. One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases.
Here's my answer! Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you've already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
He doesn't say anything because we know he has his back against the wall.
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then, the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
Yeah. You wanted to go immediately to... You wanted to go to the locker rooms immediately, and especially the girls. So you're either a pervert or you're hiding something.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. Need to make it clear to everyone. Another element? Next we're going to True Flashback. If you aim at the weak spot and hold down the triangle bottom, then you... okay. Then you memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be used once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot to change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded gun, might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be... Okay. I need a clue that I have to use that.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
you absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions.
How did you know beforehand that it was Chihiro that had died?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
So, you said Byakuya was acting, but he was acting weird.
If you're presented with the opportunity that's
a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay, now it's just a question of where I use it.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls, that's a natural...
The victim was Chihiro, so of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first.
There was no time. What's so strange?
I have to shoot the same thing I copied. I'll try that.
So, you said Byakuya was acting, but he was acting...
If you're presented with the
Need to end this video as soon as well.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
Shoot!
Okay, now...
So, you said Byakuya was acting...
No, must mean what she says.
That's a natural...
The victim was Chihiro. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room.
There was no time. What's so strange? I wish you'd taken me with you.
So, you said Byakuya was acting, but he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's a
natural...
The victim was Chihiro. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room.
There was no time. What's so strange? I wish you'd taken me with you.
Why doesn't it absorb?
So, you said Byakuya was acting, but he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity to check...
That's a natural reaction for any...
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay, let's see if we can do this now.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
What? It wasn't that? It can't be her.
Shoot!
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
you absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions.
Most things are the only
two I can... What's so strange about that?
Do anything about.
You said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
you absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
What? Okay, but I have to end this video here now, so I have to continue this out in the next one. So Hope you liked it, and if you did so, you like to do it as usual, and I will see you all in the next video.